Hi, welcome to Buzzing About Town here on Buzzing Pattaya, and to part 2 of my time here with Dean. How you doing, my man?
Good to see you again, Trev.
He's still smiling. You're okay. You're looking okay.
Full smile.
Hey? So, if you missed part 1, what this is all about is basically Dean's kindly going to share over a period of videos from the first video, which we did 2 weeks ago now, time flies, 2 weeks ago, about how you can get a bar up and running here in the Pattaya city centre. From the initial concept of when you find a bar, think, yep, that's the one, to now, we're knee deep in rubble, aren't we?
We are, and most of it's been carted away already.
Has it been going all right?
Yes, I mean, we broke it up into phases, like I said. So the first phase was really like knocking stuff around.
They were busy boys, were they?
Walls coming out. We're going to reconfigure the whole downstairs bathrooms.
Wow. And
build new ones on the mezzanine floor. There was also the top roof, loads of rubble to be taken out of that. And yeah, that's where we are now.
Well, in part 1, you shared with me these plans. You can see these plans here, guys. So basically what Dean and Sean did was they sat down and come up with these plans. And, I like that plan. What's that plan? Didn't see that one.
That's a side profile.
Oh, okay.
So that's sort of the mezzanine area, and then that's the bar area. So these guys will be sitting above. It's like a cross section through the bar.
That's a side profile. Why is he a lot slimmer than me? You need to push that table out a bit more for me getting behind that.
I should consider that.
Brilliant. Yeah, okay. So you've basically got two plans here. This is the ground floor. That's the entrance that we spoke about in part 1, and obviously there is a mezzanine floor above, which is part 2 there, and you can see there. So we're in the process of getting through this step by step by step.
Yes.
So what's the first thing you've been up to? What have you been doing?
As I say, the rubble was out.
Right.
Now we're on to the next phase, which is plotting out exactly where things are going to go. For example, toilets, you've got to get the hole in the right place.
Well, yeah.
There's so many, you do though, because so many people don't.
Missed it.
You'd be surprised. We've got new basins, new sinks, new showers, things like that going.
Okay.
We've got to run the water from the roof.
So you're talking about the demolition side of things. I mean, did that go as planned? Was it no delays?
No. These guys get stuck in, sledgehammers, Kangos, they're at it. Yeah.
Brilliant. So we've done all the knocking about now. Is that completed?
Yes.
As far as it needs to be?
For now, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
So all the knocking out's been done, and you mentioned about water and toilets and stuff. One of the questions I want to ask you is, if you missed it in part 1, so you're using a builder's services.
Yes.
And I want to ask you, do they provide the equipment and the finished product, or do you go and buy it first? I mean,
you've got to break it up. For example, I bought the water pump, the 2 pumps and the tank myself, because there is always a fear factor. Not being horrible, but if you say to them, go and buy me a toilet, they'll come back with the smallest, cheapest, most rubbish toilet.
Right, okay.
And probably charge you extra for it anyway.
For the luxury one, yeah.
Yeah. So if you can source as much stuff as you can, they don't mind. They're okay with that.
Okay.
Things like obviously cement, building materials, you let them get on with it. Even the tiles, you're way better off measuring up yourself, ordering the tiles, get them delivered.
Right, so what you're saying there then is really take control of that aspect. Don't give it to someone else.
If you've got the time, again, like I say, unless you employ a project manager, but that's going to be expensive. So unless you're doing a really big job, I'd say, have you got any building skills at all or building knowledge? It's helpful.
I was pretty good with Lego.
That's a start.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't do Meccano though. Lego I was good at.
Yeah,
Meccano
that was a step too far.
Who remembers Lego and Meccano? They're going to show their age now. I was terrible at Meccano. So you've done all the knocking out, and you mentioned about water. I mean, you've been changing the water tank, was it?
There was no water tank.
There was none?
Nothing.
Why did they not have no water tank?
I believe it's been empty 7 years. And I think there was probably some big Barney when they left, and they just took everything out. Anything that wasn't actually cemented down has gone.
That's so standard. Like that's it. I'm taking everything.
Extract the fans out. Everything out. Yeah.
So you had to go and buy a water tank?
Yes. The water tank's a big one, and it's a good one. Okay. Again, like everything else, you can get cheap ones that the sun's going to belt on it and it's going to break, or you get a better one. And I've got a big pump for downstairs to get the water up, and I've got a smaller pump on the roof to get the water down. When you're saying that it's a good one, it's a large water tank, I mean, what sort of things what does that cost? Well, the water tank and the 2 pumps was almost bang on 20,000 baht. 20,000
So it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world, is it?
No, and it should last for, touch wood, a very, very long time.
Yeah, okay. So you've done the water tank? It's up there, it's not plumbed in yet. Right, so that is the plumbing something you do as you progress, or is that like kind of last minute? Well, it's a first job. Right. I mean, I've asked him so far to just run from the street to the tank. Yeah. So that's going to go around the back of the building and down. And then we're going to I want to run the
sort of water to the areas. So for example, say I've got a bathroom in the middle floor.
Yeah.
Just run it and then cap it off. So we've got the water service there.
So you've got the feed there.
Got the feed there, and then the next phase will be, getting the water out into the pot downstairs, because that's one of his jobs. He's got to dig down, find the pot, I call it, where all the sewage and the water goes into, make sure it works, because if that goes wrong after you've done your build, not good news.
Yeah, and I mean, regarding the water situation in the bar, do you have to go and get permission from the local water authorities or anything like that, or is it just taken care of by the landlord?
No, we did it. There was a pipe coming up from the ground there, but no meter, no nothing. So actually we've had that, a meter installed now, and the water's on.
And is water more expensive for a bar than it is, say, like for a house?
Oh, I don't think so.
No, okay, that's good.
I don't think so.
Because they're quite sharp. I mean, some of like the condos around here, I mean, I know friends that are staying in condos and it's like crazy, it's like 4 or 5 times the government rate.
But that's down to the landlord, and it's illegal, by the way, as well. Yeah. But they do it.
Yeah.
Now, my condo, I think I pay about 120 a month.
Yeah, I don't think I'm far from that.
Cheap,
it's good.
£4 then.
So you got your tank up there?
Yes.
And they're going to do the plumbing very soon?
Yes.
What else have you been up to?
In the bar, again, more design work. More planning, measuring, just coming up with, finer ideas about the seating and how it's all going to work, and go from there.
Right. And in terms of costs, I know we spoke about the key money before and about the rent-free period and everything. I mean, where are you to date in terms of cost for like the building you've done so far?
Well, when the guy finishes the next phase, which is all the plumbing I was talking about, the pot downstairs, he's also skimming all the walls for me. He's done the roof, painted it, solar reflective, cleaned it off. All the leaks have been repaired now because there was loads of them. He's had to put a lot of concrete on parapet walls and things like that because it's just neglect. There was even a tree growing out of one bit. We had to pull it out. A tree growing out the wall. So he's done a lot. So the cost to date, when he's finished this stage, will be around about 170,000 baht. That's including the water pumps and the tank and everything. And the plumbing, and all the plumbing.
And are you happy with that stage right now? Is it on target?
Yes. So now we're in a hurry to decide what the next phase is, which will be the second part of the plumbing. Yeah. And also making good a lot of concrete, putting in loads of walls, preparing all the toilet areas, and then obviously render the walls, get it all ready for action. So that's the next big phase, and that's when we'll really see the kind of shape of the building, the way it's going to take. Because all this here on the sort of mezzanine area, this is all going to be new walls and everything around here, because at the moment that is clear and empty. And likewise downstairs, this is now just clear and empty. So we're going to build walls, and had to reconfigure it to accommodate a ladies' change room, a men's urinals, and a ladies' sit down. Right. And then upstairs you'll have another toilet and more urinals. Gotcha. So if a man wants to have a dump, he's going to go upstairs.
That's fair enough. Yeah. So you spent a while knocking down the walls, now you're going to put them back up again.
Yes.
That works.
In a different position.
That works. And in terms of the whole project, I mean, so far you're about 170,000 in.
Plus the key money. Yeah.
Plus your key money, which we spoke about in part one. There's a link to the description in part one. Have a look if you missed that. What's your overall budget in terms of where do you see, once you've looked at all of this, you've put it all together, you think, right, I think when we've done A to Z, we're going to be roughly around this kind of cost. What's in your mind as a ballpark figure? I'm being very loose about it at the moment. Okay. And I'm going to say, again, we'll see, we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, exactly. But so as I don't give myself a heart attack, I'm putting a 2 million baht budget for completion. Right. And that's not the key money, though, is it? No. Right. That's just, well, maybe. It'd be nice if it was. Okay. Yeah, but let's say, and again, it depends on the finishes. For example, you can get cheap furniture, but no, I want to put nice, comfortable banquet seating. I mean, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it properly. Sure, absolutely. Totally agree. So when you're talking about 2 million, and I know it's a really difficult question to answer, but I'm going to try and word it the right way. Yeah. We're talking about a single unit. So if you did miss part one, a single unit is pretty much your entrance level into the bar world here. Yes. 2 million bar, is that kind of like a given figure for an average bar, or is that a bit more than what you would expect if you wanted to maybe cut a few corners? How does it stand? If you were going to buy a building that was already done, for example, I'm looking at the window now, I can see a few single shop bars that are perfectly serviceable, in good nick, working fine. Now, pre-COVID, people might pay, 1.5 million just to get the person out there. And a double shop, people were paying like 2.5 million. Again, that number goes sky high if you start talking about Walking Street, things like that. So yeah, I mean, for example, there's one for sale down the road there at the moment, which is a single shop. It's pretty nice inside, but they want 1 million key money for 3 years. And is that key money paid every 3 years?
Yes.
Every 3 years?
Yes.
Wow.
What might happen is you'll do so let's say you've got a 6-year lease. You might pay the first 3 years one lump, and they might let you pay annually after that, so 100, 100, 100. But again, it's all down to negotiation, and when you get your initial documents done, go to a lawyer, just get them checked out. It won't cost you much.
Yeah.
Might be the best money you ever spent.
I was going to say, it could save you an absolute fortune.
Yeah, you have to, don't believe a word you hear. Get it checked out by a decent lawyer.
Yeah.
It might cost you 10 grand.
10 grand, but save you a lot more.
Yes.
It can save you a hell of a lot more. So,
that's right.
I mean, you say about Walking Street, I mean, I can't imagine what they must be paying.
Oh, millions. You could be talking 20 million to get someone out. You know, seriously. And I think after COVID, no one knows, and no one can possibly know. But if Pattaya booms again, which we both believe it will, prices could double. You know, someone might come tapping on the door in a year's time and offer me God knows what for it. You just don't know.
To be honest with you, you know, without diversifying too much off of the subject, I mean, I actually do think, you know, soy chai or soy pothole as we call it, I think is a really good area. I think you've done a great job getting in here, because I think it really is. Well, thanks. I mean, it's popular.
To be honest, I think the state of it scared 99% of people off.
You don't like them roads?
I know them as well. No, also, no, what it was, I mean, I'm sitting here every day looking at it, thinking, if I don't get it, someone else is going to come along, and they might put in some horrendous business in there that's going to ruin mine. So it's self-preservation as much as anything else. Yeah.
So in case you're not aware what we're on about, we covered this in part one, but in reality, we're sat here in the dive bar, which is in the very centre pretty much of the whole of Soy Pothole, and we've got a glass front window here. So of course, when Dean's looking across the road there, the actual unit that you've taken over literally is like a 5-second walk.
It's been calling at me.
So you've been sitting there saying, come on, come on, and you're going, no, okay, I'll have a look, no, okay, I might put a deposit down. Well, you're there now.
Also, I think, going off topic a little bit, but I think if it comes out like I hope it will, it'll work well with this one. There'll be 2 different bars, but a similar kind of theme, so guys would come in here first and then go over there for other reasons.
Happy days. Happy. Well, there you go. There'll be 2 places we've got to go to on the bar crawls.
Fantastic.
You'll be killing us. So we're at the stage now where things are looking good. You're on target. You're on course. You're happy with what you spent. The next progression is,
as I say, the plumbing, and then we've got to finalise these plans. I will have to get an engineer, because I'm putting this mezzanine I was telling you about.
Right, so that will have to be structurally surveyed?
It's got to be, drawings have got to be done. Right. I mean, you could wing it, but again, it might bite you on the arse.
I wanted to ask you that, because obviously, you know, like you mentioned earlier on about Australia, I know about England, is to put anything where a public member is going to be sitting or standing or walking or whatever, it has to be microscopically inspected back in our countries.
I think over here, as long as you've got a drawing and something that resembles a stamp, you're probably okay. But I will check that out. I haven't actually done structural work before, but this is we're not changing the integrity of the building, it's just adding this concrete sort of shelf, if you like, around the edges. There will have to be a couple of supports, I'd imagine, but it's not a massive job. But I think I'd have more peace of mind if I did get someone to just go,
for sure,
give it a green light.
One of the questions I want to ask you, Dean, is like, you know, obviously you've got the dive bar, and that's where we are now, and it's a great place, it's a lovely place, you've done a really good job here. In terms of other people, you know, I often like when people come onto the channel, they make comments and say, oh, you know, it's a mugs game, you should never do it. But to be fair, if all those mugs didn't actually provide the bars, you'd have nothing to come to. So you gotta take it where it goes. But the point is, when you do say to people, I'm going to build a bar, what's the general feeling?
I think most people who know me know that I've done it for a long time. Now, I'm not suggesting I'm going to get it right, and I'm not suggesting it's going to make money, but I have done it before. I've been down this road. I know you dig yourself into a big hole, then you have to slowly shovel your way out of it, and that's what the bar game is. You know, but then again, different people have different reasons, don't they? Some people just want a hobby bar. They can live upstairs. They maybe got a tight girlfriend. They like a few beers in the afternoon, and they might have a great life. But you know, I want to create something that's a bit different.
In terms of talking about making money, and I don't want you to be specifics to your own bar, but I'm talking about in general. I mean, obviously the last 2 years have been horrific. It's just been nothing but a complete nightmare, which we've hopefully, fingers crossed, are getting through the end of now. In respect of like the average bar's earnings, I know it's a really difficult, really difficult situation to judge. But in your knowledge, and without anyone being specific, no naming the bars, what do you think the average bar could possibly make roughly? Is there any kind of idea?
Sorry, no. There's no rule of thumb. All I'd say is, do your very, very best to work out what you think your outgoing is going to be.
Okay.
So the things you can work out quite easily are your rent, electric, water, things like that, and then your staff costs. So you've got a cashier, for example, or a mamazan or a manager. So you can work out your fixed costs, then try and work out roughly as close as you can what your break-even figure is.
Right. Okay.
And that gives you your first initial target. So you say, well, if I can take that much in a day, or that much in a week, or that much in a month, I'm going to make no money. I'm going to lose no money. And then you can start building on that.
When you say about electric, Dean, what does electric cost?
Well, it's good. Again, spend money on good aircon. Don't go and buy some old second-hand, garbage off the skip because it's going to be really inefficient. So spend a bit more money on a brand new unit with a warranty and all stuff. Get it serviced once a month or do it yourself if you can. And our electric here, we've got what? It's massive, this bar, right? It's a big double shop, high ceilings, plus the rooms upstairs. Our electric bill's about 16,000 a month.
Is that it?
That's it.
Wow.
And we've got 4 big units pumping away every night.
And it's a big unit.
And it'll rise a bit once the hours extend, but let's say it goes as far as 25. That would be the absolute worst case scenario a month.
Well, that surprises me. That really does, because like it is a big place you've got here, like double unit, and like you said, high ceilings. And the reason we're making reference to the fact it's a high ceiling is obviously it's a bigger area to keep cool.
Yes.
And whereas if you had a low ceiling, it would be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these smaller bars now, what they'll do is put air curtains in. If they've got open front, they'll put in 4 air curtains across the front, which blow just air, not air con, just air downwards. Then they'll put 1 big unit in the bar, and
circulate.
Yeah, so the air doesn't escape.
Right.
So it does work, and a lot of bars are doing it now because it's hot.
I must admit, it's a really valid point you said there about buying quality air conditioning, particularly. That's one of the things that Stephen did with the Escape and the Buzzing Bar. Is he was adamant there is no cutting corners. I mean, he's got these things that you could probably float
massive,
them down.
aren't they?
Oh, they're huge. You can sail them, I reckon. You can actually sit on them and sail them down.
Same with refrigeration, fridges, and that. Don't buy an old knacker because it's just going to end up costing you money. Good money after bad.
Is there places where you go to that, generally speaking, are respected amongst the bar owners to go and buy your goods from there? Right, you want aircon, go to this place. You want your fridges, go to this place.
Definitely ask bar owners. Ask them. We use a company called Central Air. We've used them for years, and they are excellent. Right. Touch wood, never a problem. Any problem, they're out that day to fix it. Although to be fair, we've only had one problem. It was our fault anyway.
At least you're honest. At least you're honest. So we're in the stage now where we're getting, we're pushing along nicely now.
Yeah, happy.
Pushing along. Are you going to get any time to relax?
Well, this bar's taking up most of my time anyway. So what I generally duck in and out there 3 or 4 times a day, and then usually what happens is you get home, put the kettle on, sit down, ring, ring. Where are you, bot? Where are you?
I'll come in now, hang on. Turn the kettle back off, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Quick question before we do finish this. In terms of we mentioned about you've got a building company, what's the language barrier like? Because I speak a very good level of Thai, but I couldn't tell you what, I don't know, like toilet basin or a toilet lid or air conditioned part. I couldn't tell you what that is in Thai.
You've got to be patient, number one. I mean, this builder's English isn't great, it's basic, let's put it that way. The guy who's on another project, his English was very, very good. But I think this guy's a better builder. But I would say have a Thai person with you, someone girlfriend, good friend. Like in my case, Beer, my mamazan.
Yeah, she's brilliant. Yeah.
I take her over there and I just go short things.
You don't mess with Beer.
Don't say 20 different things. Say no, one thing at a time. Get a response, get an answer, and then if you've got the time and you're good enough, write it out, type it out in English, because at least it's a record then, and get them to take a photograph of it, because they're going to get to the stage and say, that's it, all done. You say, well, no, you forgot that.
You've got this,
and he'll say, well, no, you never mentioned that.
Yeah.
It's written down.
It's written down, job done.
Yeah.
I must admit, you mentioned about Beer. Beer's fantastic. She cracks me up. And she is not
she's getting worse.
Is she?
Yeah, you know what she's taken to doing now?
Oh, no.
She rides an electric motorbike around the bar.
Oh, do you know I saw a video of that?
Yeah.
I saw a video. You put a video of her riding around. I think you put it in Discord.
Yeah.
And she was popping wheelies around the bar. Yeah. Crazy. Come and say hello to Beer. She's lovely. And let me pre-warn you, don't think you can be smart and say something in English and she doesn't understand you.
Her
Trust
English
me,
is,
she's razor sharp, But brilliant. Well, listen, it's been great talking to you, Dean. Thank you very much for the update. It's been much appreciated.
Thank you, sir.
And I look forward to another 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, look, I really wanted to see some stuff done, because right now there's nothing visual. It's just wreckage.
Well, it'd be nice, like you say, once we can start getting into the nitty gritty, and it's like, look, the floor is starting being built and the walls are being painted and stuff going up. I think that'd be fantastic. fantastic. So
me too.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for sharing, guys. I said in part 1, I'll say it again today. If you do want to ask any questions whatsoever, please drop an email 247pattaya@gmail.com. Come into the dive bar. It's in Soi Chaiapun, Soi Pothole. Come up. It's halfway. If you come from Bukhao End, it's up on the right-hand side, halfway up. Can't miss it. Come and say hello to Dean or his brother Sean. They're really nice guys. They'll sit down, have a beer with you, and they'll explain all of what's going on just over there. So come and check it out.
I might even be able to go and have a look.
Yeah, you better
bring a hard hat.
Yeah. Do you have to have hard hats in there? Oh well. What about, have you seen my helmet on my motorbike?
Yours is the same as mine.
Mate, they're giving me so much grief on it. They nail me for my helmet. My helmet's, it's just legendary.
It's
anyway,
character.
Enough about that. All right, that's it from us, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Part 3 will be out in a couple more weeks, and hopefully we'll see a lot more changes and keep you up to date on what's going on here in the vault. Vault.
I've got some crazy design ideas. We've just got to make sure they're practical. But yeah, it's going to look.
As long as you don't take any lead from the castle. Because their vaults are not good. Yeah, I don't want you chaining me up in there.
I think I know what you're getting at.
Brilliant. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please, as always, remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Guys, check out Discord. Dean's on Discord. He's actively on there. The dive bar is on Discord. So if you want to see the girls here and what goes on, etc., get in touch with Dean. Come and have a beer. Go over the road there. Have a look at what they're doing. It's fantastic. And we're privileged enough to be able to watch this happen step by step by step. How cool is that? And if you'd like to support the channel, there is a link in the description below. Membership starts from as little as 89p a month. All right, that's it from us. Thank you so much for watching. And please, as always, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.